gentlemen, if you have been around this channel for a while, you already know that this is easily one of my most hated factions in this game. The Beastmen, known for just randomly spawning in behind your lines and just sacking and razing all of your settlements, are on the battlefield today. There's a reason why you don't see me feature the Beastmen a lot in these battles, and today they are going against the Wood Elves, who are already starting to take some fire from those Kygors in the back. We do see that they have begun opening fire on some chariots already that are pushing forward here on the far right flank. But yeah guys, Wood Elves versus the Beastmen, a fight that typically does end up happening quite often on the campaign map. We're going to be watching it today. And yeah, so this is going to be a good one. Nice good old 3v3 yet again. But we are starting to see that the Glade Guard have begun opening fire into these chariots here. Chariots already taking a decent amount of damage. They are charging into some Dryads here. Very cheap infantry for the Wood Elves as more Dryads continue to push forward. We do also see some Centaurs charging in as well. The Centaurs will get surrounded by these Dryads and more than likely rip to shreds. Dryads are a very, very good unit to just absolutely demolish anything. Dryads not known for being the strongest unit ever, but they pack a punch. Eternal Guard also fighting some Minotaurs here. They are anti-large, so they should be okay in taking out these Minotaurs, especially because they have not only the Treemen, but they have some Zotes fighting alongside them as well. Over here on the far flank, we do see that the Lost Sylvian Knights have begun charging forward here, taking out the Wargore already and charging into some Ungor Spearmen. We're also starting to see that the Forest Dragon is in the air already in this fight. Also seeing that the Deepwood Scouts are about to get hit by this Tuskor Chariot unit. We'll watch this one here. Watch these Scouts get absolutely minced here in a second. Bonk. Just a fat bonk. Look at that. Absolutely destroying that unit of Deepwood Scouts here. Not what you like to see if you're rooting for the Wood Elves in this one at all. But across the front, we are starting to see that the Wood Elves are faring a lot decently in other places. Dryads doing exactly what they need to do alongside archers now, putting up a decent amount of fire into the back enemy lines here. These Centaurs are getting absolutely demolished by not only archer fire, but also by those Dryads that I had mentioned earlier, that although, like I said earlier, Dryads are not known for packing the biggest punch, but boy, you get those things going, they are going to rip you to shreds. So also engaging in the fight now, we do see that archers are returning fire from the Beastmen side of things. We do have some Ungor Raiders returning fire. And in the back, of course, we still have the Kygors. Just shot putting rocks all the way back at what appears to be the generals. Hitting some archers that are moving around as well back here. Getting even a couple kills on those archers. How many kills are they at already? 6 kills and 22 kills. Yeah. I despise Kygors. This is why I always auto-resolve against the Beastmen, so then I don't have to deal with stuff like that. But already in the back lines, we are starting to see that some Minotaurs made it to the back lines here. The Treeman is having to reposition here to try to save some of these Glade Guard that are getting demolished by the Minotaurs here. The Wood Elves are getting absolutely overran in the center. They need to get their flanks figured out quickly because they cannot win the center right now with what they have. Yeah, absolutely devastating there. The Minotaurs getting to the back lines. And look at this. Beastagor herd also breaking through. We see that there is some Centaurs also in prime position to break through here. But instead, they're using their throwing actions to target down some of those generals here. Getting some early general chip damage. We are also starting to see that a Beastman general is back here. We have Krizak One Eye that is running around the back as well on his chariot. So things are going very horribly for the Wood Elves very early on in this fight. The left flank is doing perfectly fine in holding. The right flank is doing perfectly fine in holding, but their center is collapsing, and it is collapsing quickly. They're even having to commit archers into the melee fight to continue to hold. Look at this. All 3 of their generals are committed into the melee fight this early into this is not great at all. Oh man, the Wood Elves are getting absolutely demolished already. The Lost Sylvian Knights recommitting into the melee fray here. Yeah, already at 20 kills. They are doing a great job at continuing to just kind of harass these Beastmen as Wild Riders continue to just run around, plow them over. Look at this. Just the Ungor Raiders continuing to just rip into these units here. Just man, the Beastmen really breaking through that center is showing how bad this fight can turn on its head. The Beastmen are very, very good at that. Finding a spot, breaking through, and exploiting it quickly. And look at this, the Kygor still just heaving their rocks here. Let's see where this one's headed. Straight for the generals. Ooh, some very bad friendly fire there. Oh my goodness. And the Beastgore herd nonetheless. Beastgore herd being some of their best melee infantry. They might want to change targets before they end up killing that unit completely. Back over in the middle, we are starting to see that some of the units for... You know what? My brain is just completely lacking there. Some of the units for the Beastmen are starting to waver. The Giant and the Treemen are now 1v1ing here. Oh, maybe. No, the Treeman's ditching. He's like, I don't want none of that smoke. I don't want none of that smoke. I know what a beast or a beast like that can do. We do see that the Dragon and the Treemen are here in this fight right now. Look at this. The Treemen just absolutely stunning. Just holding the line up here. How many kills is that? 29 kills, still at 8,300 health. Just sitting up here holding while the Zotes attack these units from the rear and surround them. And look at this. Now we're starting to see the mass shatter and break of the Beastmen. So those flanks that I was talking about are starting to collapse down now. You can see that the Lost Sylvian Knights I was talking about earlier have finally made it over to the fight. And here we go. Follow them for a charge in. Absolutely gross into the side of that Beastgore herd. So a very, very good charge there. The Beastgore herd getting beat down quite easily. But now look at this. This is the part of the battle that could completely flip this one on its head. All three of the Elven generals are about to die. There's still two Beastmen generals that are still almost full health. Now, if these Elven generals die, that is going to be horrific for their morale for the rest of this fight here. Absolutely horrific. And look at this, you're starting to see mass wavering from both sides because of, just like I said, those generals are beat down. Absolutely beat down in this one here, and it is not looking good for the elves general wise. It is not looking, yes, they still have the dragon that is doing that to the Beastgore herd, but it is still just not going to be enough if you do not have generals late in this battle. Treeman versus Giant, like I was saying earlier, just kind of sitting here bashing each other. The Giant is probably going to end up winning this, if I had to guess. Actually, Treeman has more health. Treeman definitely has more health. Giant, oh my god, he just headbutt the Treeman. Treeman's not even taking damage. Oh, there it is. Now it's like, oh my god, the Treeman is getting demolished. And now Archer health. Yeah, that Treeman's kind of toast. Bro's kind of toast. But, ooh, look at that. There it is. The, one of the Elven generals does end up falling over here. I believe that is him right there. Unfortunate loss for the elves there, as now they're down to just one general, right? Yes, down to just one general in this fight. The elves are looking very desperate to try to pull this thing out of the bag, especially seeing as this general's down to 800 health, and the Kygors are still just trying to target it down here, both at around 40 kills at this point. Let's see this. Kobe! Let's see where this thing lands. Oh my god, it's gonna smack that. Oh! Just hit this guy in the face. This Glade Captain in the face. Bonk. That's a certified bonk moment, but other than that, guys, this battle is still going decently in favor of the Beastmen, I would say. The elves have regrouped here in the middle. Actually, no, the elves have completely turned this one. The flanks are now collapsing down, and it is getting bad for the Beastmen. I mean, look at this. Archers now focusing down these Ungor Raiders, and there they go. Just like that, the Ungor Raiders do end up breaking from this battlefield, and yeah, it just completely flipped on its head here. At one point, I thought that the Beastmen had it when they had exploited that middle, but instead they're getting completely overrun by the elves now. So, like, a little bit of a false center ends up being big time for them there. Their generals hold on just long enough that, yes, they lost their lives in this fight, but they hold on just long enough to where the flanks could collapse down and maybe give them this win. That would be one heck of a tale here. They do end up pulling this one off. The elves, man. Battle tactics end up winning them this one if they do win it. Deepwood Scouts firing on the move. That's just not fair. Unfortunately for those Ungor Raiders, that's just not fair. That is just not fair at all. Now we're seeing that Kazakh One Eye is trying to chase down these Deepwood Scouts, but he's taking so much damage in doing so. Look at that, down to 2,100 health. And just, his health is just slowly ticking down. Down to just 2,000 health now. Things are not looking good as the Elves completely smash the Beastmen center now. Are continuing to push forward here. The Beastigor herd get demolished by an excellent charge to the rear from those Lost Sylvian Knights. And that is going to be all she wrote for the Beastmen, ladies and gentlemen. The Wood Elves get a massive victory in this one over the Beastmen. I personally couldn't be happier myself. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching this one. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys go down below, hit that like and sub button. And of course, I will see you all next time. Peace.